Parasite. No. It is nothing to play with. Sex is not a toy. Okay? Adults can't even handle it for the most part. So children, anything or anybody under 18, 19 should not, I repeat, should not, capital N-O-T, ever be thinking about that. No. I don't care if you do got parents, and I'm going to say this, dumb enough. I'm going to be bold. I'm 47. I ain't scared of y'all. Dumb enough to condone it. You as a child, I'm on to speak to you. Do not. Believe me, you got plenty of time in your life to have sex. It is going nowhere. As long as you go to the restroom every day and you're functioning, you got plenty of time. Like, seriously. There's no rush. None. There should be no rush on your part about sex. It is not that important to you if you do not have a job. And it's not a summer job. I ain't talking about no summer job. I'm not talking about no you had to get your parent permission job. No. Meaning you grown and you got your own place. You paying bills on your own. Handling yours like a grown adult. Because some grown adults still ain't ready for it. Got 4 and 5, 10, 12 kids and can't provide for none of them. And I'm getting old. That's my old school Gigi in me talking there. No. Sex is not a toy. And it should be used with caution. Okay? Let's see, where were we before I got passionate? Because yes, I was rolling my neck on those. Because I just don't like to see that. I really don't. You know, because like I said, the only people who really suffer that are innocent and had no part in it is the child that's being conceived in the midst of it. And it's not fair to the child. It really isn't. Okay. It's bad enough to have two people in love at one point, have a child, and then fall out of love or whatever emotions or vibrations or energy they got going shifts, you know what I'm saying? And then there's a child after the fact. Like, that's bad enough to have two people not even thinking about love, just trying to please the moment, get the thrill for that moment, you know, that, like I said, that 30 seconds or 2 minutes of pleasure. That's no. We're gonna stop doing this to our children. We're going to stop. We're going to be responsible adults, and we're going to stop. 2021, we're gonna start off right, and we're gonna control and contain our emotions and our flesh, our hormones, whatever you want to call it. We're going to put it up under control. Okay? It is time for men and women to be more responsible for the sake of the children. If you keep having babies with your ex, you will never be ready for your next. Let's say that again. If you keep having babies with your exes, you will never be ready for Mr. or Mrs. Next, or Mr. or Mrs. Right. You will keep going back to your ex, and I'm saying the word ex, whether it's an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-spouse, an ex-classmate, an ex-cashier at the grocery store, an ex man who sits on the third pew at church, a ex-man who you seen at the gas station. If you keep going back to those different people, you are not preparing yourself to be spouse material. You're collecting garbage along the way that somebody is going to have to deal with, and it's not fair to anyone, you or anyone in your future. So you have to think and be more rational, more logical, and use common sense in a whole lot of ways that we have just been so, I'm grown, I do what I want to. No, you gotta think and be more responsible. You will keep going back to them because you cannot develop anything real or new still connected or fooling around with somebody else. Bad connections are always hard to disconnect from. Do not believe that because you keep going back that it is meant to be. Ooh, that's deep right there. A lot of people think that. Oh, well, there must be something there because I just don't know what it is. I just keep going back. I just can't, I've never done this with anybody before, and that does not mean that person is the one. That just means that whatever it is y'all doing, it feels good, and your body is still craving it, and you still want to be a part of it. That has nothing to do with the fact that that's the right person for you. Determining your life partner or your spouse, the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, the one you want to walk down the aisle with, say I do, and when you say those vows, from this day forward until death we do part, you do not want your foundation to be sex. You just don't. I'm telling you, women, listen to me, okay? Young girls, young women, listen to me. As men get older, their bodies change. I promise you, their bodies change. As you get older, contrary to your popular belief, you're not going to be young forever. Your body going to change. And see, this stuff mama and them didn't tell us. This stuff they didn't tell you. It ain't gonna be lusciously moist and deliciously flowing and just ready to. No. It's gonna take, I'm telling you, things change. You gonna change. He gonna change. And if that's what you expecting or you thinking it's gonna be like this forever, no, you gonna have to have something else other than sex to bind you and that man together. And if adults will be honest with you and tell you this, then maybe it'll make you think twice. If they really tell you, well, I won't do it here, I'll be the one, but I won't do it on this podcast. Maybe one day we might go there, but I'm telling you, you gonna have a rude awakening. Then you're gonna be mad because you with somebody that because you ain't got nothing else in common. That's gone. So now what you gonna do? And 9 times out of 10, you're not trying to really get to know him no more then because you just disgusted. So you got to get to know people. Make sure you like them. Make sure you like. If you don't like the same movies, make sure you can at least bear watching one of their movies, or y'all can sit and watch a movie together. See, all that dating, he taking you to the movie you like, and every time y'all go, girl, every time we go to the movies, he just asks me, he just tell me, you pick it. That's gonna get old real quick, I promise you. So you better make sure you like something that he like. Because it's going to come a time after he say I do, he going to say, I ain't going to no more girl flicks. And your feelings gonna be hurt because you thought he liked girl flicks. And he might be bold enough to tell you, girl, I just did that to get you. I was just doing that because we was dating. I'm telling you, y'all got to keep it real. If we keep it real with the next generations, they'll do things differently than we did. We got to be open and honest. Let them know. Sometimes a man will put his best foot forward because he's trying to get you. For whatever reason. Maybe he think you all that until he find out you ain't. Or maybe he don't think nothing better coming. Let me tell y'all, this is a true story. Woo, Lord, see, that's why it's not good for folks to tell folks stuff. But look, I'm not gonna say no names, but I remember one time, right, it's about this might be about 20 years ago now. I knew somebody, and then they, about maybe 4 or 5 years after me and that person had a friendship, or I think, that's all we'll say. To protect the innocent. And I found out that they were getting married. I was like, oh my goodness. So I'm excited for them because I don't care, because I wasn't ready, right? So I talked to them, and the reason they told me that they was getting married, well, people tell me I'm getting older now. I need to settle down. I don't know if I told them or not, but I wanted to. If I did, don't you tell nobody else that. Because that is not something you want your wife to hear 5, 10, 15 years down the line. That the only reason you married her was because folks was telling you getting old and you need to settle down. Did you love her? Did you like her? Did anything else have anything to do with the fact that you married this woman? That you got her all excited and ready to be your wife, besides the fact that you getting old? Like, really? Wow. And I'm be honest, I don't even know now. I don't even know if they had any kids. So now I'm like, maybe they was too old. I mean, never know. But men, let's put a pin right here. Men, watch the things you say. Please. Put in there, because I love her or something. Like, because she just, add something else in it with the fact that you getting old. If you are getting old. Because that don't sound too good. And no woman wants to ever hear that repeated when she hear from somebody else why her man told them that they got with her to begin with, because he was getting old. But let's see where we at now. Bad connections are always hard to disconnect from. Do not believe that because you keep going back that it is meant to be. No, you have an addiction that needs to be broken or taken care of. So if you do not start it from the beginning, then that is a good thing. So next time you see a guy or a girl and you start getting all excited, calm down, take a deep breath, and remember, he or she could be your next ex. Oh, that right there will preach. Wow. Can y'all imagine that? Like, wow. That's wow. But look at it. Look at your past. Just think back. Everybody you dated. Some of y'all in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s now. How many people have you dated? 20 or more? Even if it's just 5 or more. 3 or more. From the age of 16 until 60. Right? Or until you met the one that you've been with for 20 some years. How many women did you have sex with? How many men did you date or did you become involved with? You thought they were the one.